I'm here with Dennis Fenske. Dennis, we've been asking all the players there about an experience you might have had playing hockey here. I talked to Doug Kelly. You've been here a little longer. You were here with the original CA. Got to play when it was just set up as a young guy. Just talk any story or any experience or memory you have as a young guy.
Well, I think the memories I take from Thompson is the midget team that we played together, and this is when Kelly Davis, Glenn Hicks, Chris Jetty, Gary Sepatelli, all the crew that played. We won the provincials that year, and that was the first year prior to the King Minors. And four of us were lucky enough to go off to junior camps. Kelly and Glenn and Chris went to Flin Flon for the Bombers, and I went out to Victoria. But that previous year with the midgets, we got a chance to play with Thompson Hawks against the Flin Flon Bombers in an exhibition game, so that was pretty exciting. Got to play with the guys that I watched every noon hour, the Will McLeods and Alex Sutherland, all of those guys that worked for the city and skated with them. So that was always fun to watch them growing up and then actually be able to skate with them. And then moving on to junior hockey from Thompson. So Thompson's always been home for me, and it's been a great place to grow up and have some great hockey experiences. But back to basically when I was 15, 16, those are the years of the two midget years that I remember, and I still have lots of friends off that team that I've grown up with.
So jump ahead when you're playing Victoria in the Western Hockey League. I've asked you this before because New West, they had a huge team then, and that was West Division was really good. You're not a big guy, so how did you manage to play in that division with all those big guys?
Well, basically it's about speed, and I've always been blessed with the ability to skate. You're right, the Western Division was a very tough division, and a lot of Memorial Cup winners came out of that, the New West Bruins for sure. And with Victoria being rivalries with New West, we played them in exhibitions, we played them throughout the season, then we had to play them in the playoffs. And those were the days of Barry Beck, Stan Smeal on their side. On our side, we had Kurt Fraser, Murray Bannerman in goal. And so we had some really tough games. But for any small guy, it's all about quickness and also having a couple big wingers help you out too.
You play University of Saskatchewan. I think I talked to Patty Scott, and he got to wear a Team Canada jersey playing the Spangler Cup. You also got to play a bit with Team Canada. What was that experience like?
Well, that was the highlight of my hockey career, for sure, bar none, is that I was lucky enough to get picked up by the 1984 Olympic team, play 3 games, one in Vancouver, one in Edmonton, and one in Winnipeg. The game in Winnipeg, it was in the old arena, and it was against the Russian touring team. And being able to, I remember to this day standing on the blue line, listening to O Canada. My mom and dad were in the stands. My wife was pregnant at the time with our first daughter, Allison. She was about 8 months pregnant, and so it was very exciting. And I always take that memory back of, and it is something that if anybody gets a chance to put a sweater on for representing Canada, no matter what level, if it's midget level, right up to the pros. It's a phenomenal feeling when you hear those first bars of O Canada. You just get chills up and down your spine, and that's my best memory of my hockey career.
So jump ahead now, we're talking about the Wall of Fame. It's not that we didn't have it. We've had a lot of construction going on with this rink. We've had it up, down. Some of the old pictures we put back up. But we got the 6 that we're going to induct today, which this is the starting point. Just explain to you what it, and wearing your mayor hat, what it means to you as a mayor and a part of the community.
Well, I think it's a great initiative, and I want to thank you and the committee that's doing all the behind-the-scenes work to get this done. But it basically will represent the history of our community, and that's always what you want to come back. And in any rink, when you go into the Whitney Forum in Flin Flon, they've got traditional history. You walk into the MTS Center, they've got history there. And with this being a new facility, and yes, we had it up and down because of construction now, but now it's a good point to start it off, and kicking it off with hometown hockey is fantastic. But it's all about the history and not forgetting where your roots are and what your past is. I see lots of people looking at pictures and smiling and remembering back to those memories, and I think that's the key for this facility, is to have that memory wall and wall of fame and wall of recognition, and it is all about history. So that will reflect the sports history in our community for years and years to come, and I'm very looking forward to seeing it grow every year.
And one of the things that we got to note is it is a fundraising that the city's not paying for it. We have to raise the funds to get each and every pitcher up there. Phase one is to get that wall done. Then we want to get inside the bowl area, inside the rink, get the team pitchers up. We got the banners to work on in phase three, and then we talk about the trophy case. Some of them are running parallel, some of the phases, but it is a lot of fundraising and money from the community to get it going. So the city has helped us start it, but it's for the community now to dive in, and it's not just about hockey. And we've talked about this. We have a world-class racquetball player who we're going to honor tonight. We have a figure skating coach, Sue Sutherland, who's done 43 years of service. Terry Murray we're bringing back, hockey player Kelly Davis. But it's about the community and all the sports, and everything that we need to do to get our history back. And it's not just hockey. We talk, we're using a platform, a hockey game, to get it started, but it is all that.
Absolutely, and it's exactly what you're saying. It's all the sports, from the grassroots sports to the high level sports, and the different categories. The builders, the teams, the athletes. That's what we need to recognize. And unfortunately, we lost a big supporter, a big builder in Red Sangster prior to this event. But it's nice to see his name up on the wall. And that's the recognition. And you're exactly right. It's the community that will push us to have this recognition, because it's for the community. It's not for the city. It's not for individuals who are on the wall. That's a nice recognition, and I'm sure everybody enjoys it. But it talks to the history and the fabric of our community. So again, it's an ongoing process. I want everybody in the community to jump on board and support it. To yourself and the committee as we move this forward. And I think it's another positive story that comes out of Thompson.
Okay, so here's a tip. I played hockey this summer and I hadn't skated in a while. Don't push yourself.
Okay.
Because you might pull a muscle.
Well, it's one game at a time. All working on the same team, and that's what we're going to be working for.
Okay, so Dennis, have a good game, have some fun, and thanks for coming out and supporting the cause.
Thanks again, and again once to Glenn and all the committee members that have been working on this. Great effort. Continue the effort, and we really appreciate it from the city of Thompson. Thanks again.